The UK non-dom status benefits will change dramatically, and if you're not prepared for what's going to happen, you can lose a lot of money. Hey everybody, it's Ricardo Gorski, the founder of Tax One, where we help individuals and businesses relocate to low-tax jurisdictions. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the UK non-dom status changes, so definitely make sure to watch the video until the very end. Recently, the British government announced that they will change the UK non-dom status and its benefits, and this raised a lot of questions. The non-dom status is actually hundreds of years old, and it was created for individuals that left the British Empire and wanted to come back after a few years. If these individuals built a business elsewhere and wanted to come back, there was no tax imposed on those businesses outside the UK. This exact benefit lasts for 15 years because after 15 years they were actually seen as domiciled again, and so the non-dom status somewhat expired, so to say. So with that in mind, basically foreign income and also wealth that is not remitted in the UK was exempt from any kind of taxes for British citizens that came back to the UK, but also for non-British citizens that wanted to live in London, for example, and they have wealth in Arab countries or in Russia or in European countries. Also, a lot of wealthy Indians relocated to the UK and had 0% tax on their business in their home country or in any other offshore jurisdiction. Now, a lot of Brits found this concept unfair and they wanted to fight it for a long time. And just very recently, the UK government actually decided that they will reform and change the way the non-dom status works. And if you're a non-dom living in the UK, there are two very important things that you should definitely know, and also as a British expat living in another country, because this will also affect you. One, the UK non-dom benefits used to be for a time period of 15 years. But most likely, after the changes that will be taking place in April next year, 2025, this time period will be decreased to a time frame of just 4 years. And after that, you will be taxed on your worldwide income. But number two is even more crucial because these changes also affect how inheritance tax is being treated in the UK. If we go back to the example of a rich Arab or Indian living in the UK, this in most cases is actually an older person that created a lot of wealth during his lifetime, and he just wants to somewhat semi-retire or even fully retire in the UK. And those individuals obviously also want their family and kids to inherit their wealth after they pass away. And now listen very carefully because it's very important. It used to be the case that the inheritance tax was actually on a domiciled-based system, meaning the inheritance tax was only for domiciled people, which wasn't the case for non-doms. But now, after 4 years, you will be domiciled, and also the tax will be imposed after you remit your wealth or income in the UK. But no, not only that, they are actually also changing the domicile-based system to a residency-based system, meaning after a simple residency test, you're actually liable for inheritance tax immediately from the get-go. And residency tests in the UK are literally a joke. You just have to spend there 4 months and you're basically seen as a resident. And with that in mind, this actually also changes the way British expats that are not domiciled anymore because they spent, let's say, more than 10 years outside of the UK for the last 15 years, something around that. Those individuals are non-domiciled from then on for the inheritance tax, meaning individuals that don't live in the UK also are not residents in the UK, even though they may have the British passport, and they are exempt from the inheritance tax, which is a good thing for British expats that are worrying about the inheritance tax. So, if you live in the UK as a non-dom, you are risking a lot of your wealth to be taxed after the 4 years period is over, and also you are risking that your beneficiaries risk paying UK inheritance tax after you pass away and they are granted your wealth, cash, investments, real estate portfolio, etc, etc. But we wouldn't be Tax One if we wouldn't have a solution for you, and our best opportunity at the moment for non-doms in the UK that are worried about the changes and the inheritance tax, etc, is to relocate to Cyprus. Cyprus used to be a British colony. We have the same legal system here. We drive on the left side. We have a lot of British expats here, like so many of them. We are a bilingual country. You don't even need to speak Greek. I'm living in Cyprus for 5 years and I can definitely say it's one of the best decisions I've ever did. Cyprus also has a non-dom status which exempts you not only from inheritance tax, but also from dividend tax, capital gains tax. There is no gift tax in Cyprus. We have a corporate tax of just 12.5%, which can even be lowered down to 2.5% with the IP box regime. The Cyprus non-dom status is probably the best non-dom status in the European Union, if not in the world, because there is 0% tax on global dividend income. And also we have the opportunity of a Cyprus International Trust, which offers the additional benefits of separation of ownership, which will also help you with your wealth protection, because all of the assets of a Cyprus International Trust directly go to the beneficiaries no matter in what country they live in, and they bypass any local taxes, rules and laws. We actually have one of the best experts in this exact matter regarding the UK non-dom changes, but also regarding what is triggering UK residency, so you should definitely contact us at tax.one and we will help you in an individual consultation call.